Hey guys, another Demon Sort Reviews here, and this is the Ford RS200 rally car. Now, normally I wouldn't do rally car reviews, but I've got this car because a friend of mine bought this. His parents bought this car for him, and he wanted to do the racing, and it's not eligible for what we do, so we traded a Audi for it. So it's like a relative same price, and it all worked out in the end. So here it is. The product code is C3156, and it's the Ford RS200, number 8, Calais Grundu, 1986, Rally of Sweden. So it's quite an old car, and Scalextric have redone it. I don't know if they've done any of these Ford RSs in the past, but it's a very nicely detailed car. And I think this was the first one that they did. They released in 2011, so that's why it's a bit of a late review, but nonetheless it's quite good. It's sponsored by Bilstein, Shell, Pirelli and Heller, which which is also right there on the little round bit, so that's how well detailed this car is. The B200Y00 is the license plate, because rally cars have to be licensed because they're road legal cars, I think, so they have to have the insurance and everything, and you have to have license plates on them and everything. And the same as rim mirrors as well. You wouldn't need rim mirrors in a rally, because you never have a car behind you unless you've broken down. You've only just got going again. So that's why, and they have to have rim mirrors because they have to be road legal cars. So that's why they've got rim mirrors on the cars. I don't know if it was the rules back then as well, or if it's just a modern rule, but I know now that they have to have rim mirrors because of road safety reasons. And if you look on the newer rally cars, they're actually further down, sort of on the doors now, sort of much further down, so because they don't need to use them. They probably disrupt the airflow, so that's why they're lower down, so they probably don't have such a slowing effect. So if you just look at the detail on it, I quite like this car. I mean, I didn't like it at the beginning, but I do now because it's kind of grown on me. I mean, it's been sat in my room for a couple of days now, and I've just sort of thought, oh, I can do a review on this, get some extra views out of it. And I quite like that bit where the little slot gap, and I can just imagine the airflow going through and just coming out there. It's not four-wheel drive, which some rally cars are, like the Subaru Impreza is and Ford Focus. Some of the older rally cars, they're four-wheel drive. And if you've seen the 60th subscriber special video, you would have seen how the four-wheel drive system works. So it's got a magnet, obviously. So if we just move on to the box, I've misplaced it. Oh, it's right here. Quick change braids, magnet intrusion, rear lights, front lights, DPR, and high detail. So that's what all those little symbols mean. And it's a licensed product of Ford. So let's start with high detail. High detail means it's got men inside it. That's the easiest way of distinguishing if it's high detail car. And if it's got the see-through glass. And also if the lights aren't silhouetted out or whatever. Because the early super resistant cars had sticker lights on, but they decided to move into convertible DPR cars, so it was easier to make certain DPR cars into detail, because you may have had a car that came out that was DPR, and you thought, oh, I mean not DPR, super resistant, that you wanted to be detailed, so it makes it easier to change them and mess them about, so then that way it's easier to distinguish cars and change them, so it makes it sort of more compatible, more open. Thus Scalextric sort of earns the, no matter what car you get, as long as it's super resistant, now you can convert it into detail. So just moving on to the next, so that's high detail out of the way. Digital plug. I think this is quite cool. I've always, just thinking about it now actually, it'd be quite cool to have a rally car race with digital cars. I can just imagine it be quite interesting. So that's a new feature to rally cars. Like that Ford and the Subaru that I did a review on, they weren't digital plug ready, but now rally cars are, and pretty much every single new car now that they do, new shape and everything, is now DPR, because digital is becoming more and more popular, and with all the interesting systems out there like fuel burn now and You can hook them up to computers. It's really grown quite massively and quite good. So, and more people are now being able to afford digital and being able to start digital clubs, and it's quite good. And everyone has their own taste. People like rally cars, people like Formula 1 cars, people like the GT cars, people like the LMP cars, and you know, so making every car digital plug ready is a good feature. So we're moving on to the front and rear lights. I can't show you this, but they do definitely work. I've seen them in action, and that's another feature that most super resistant cars now have, the ability to have these lights. So, because again, obviously the old stickers weren't, it was costing Scalextric too much money to repaint it over and over again, because they had to paint the glass, because the whole full body cars, like some of the early Ferrari F430s, they were full body. The Porsche 997, they're full body. The Lamborghini Gallardo, they're full body cars. So those three cars, they have to keep painting them over and over again to get the finish that they have, and that cost them a bit. So that's why they started doing convertible super resistant to detail cars. And that's the next two. So magnet is there, and rally cars are only half as fun as they are without the magnets. They're much better without magnets. We've had so many races where we've done them without the magnets. The Skoda, if anyone's got a Skoda, take the magnet out of that. That is the best. That is the most fun you'll ever have with a Scalextric car, I think. Especially on non-magnetic track as well. That's even better, because then your magnet can't stick to the track. And the final is the quick change braids. So here it is. New system, and you just pop them out of place like that, and it's literally that easy to make them work. So that's the review basically. I like this car. I don't feel the need to go and buy any of the others though, so I'm sorry, you probably won't see another review of these unless they're really cheap and I just feel like getting them, or if we do get them for a just a rally championship that we might do. So this is probably the only Ford RS200 review I'm going to do, the only rally car review I'm going to do. Although you might see the Mini, in the new Ford. I think my dad quite fancies one of them, so I might, if he does end up getting one, I might sneakily borrow it for a quick review. So that's that. Thanks for watching. Please rate, comment and subscribe, and again please keep watching my other reviews, and please keep looking, because I'm constantly uploading, I'm constantly helping people as well. And if you've got any questions, please don't be afraid to ask. Just comment on it or personal message me, I don't mind. And even join the Facebook group, because loads of information goes on there, and if you're a Facebook member you do get quite a bit of exclusive information. You also get early pictures as well, of like custom cars that I'm doing and stuff like that. So, and that's where I also ask people what review shall I do, and if I haven't done a car review that you really want to see, just email me and I'll do it, depending on what car it is, because if it's an F1 car, not at the moment, until they start doing a better range, stick with mainly GT cars, and not the Bugatti Veyron. I don't like that car. I think it's completely overrated. Road cars as well, probably not road cars, so just stick with GT and LMP cars. Thanks for watching. Please rate, comment, subscribe, comment, like, and tell me what, leave video responses as well, and tell me what you think I can improve on.